Yeah, one thing I noticed with like learning instruments, musical instruments, or just like listening to music, or just like want to explore and expand in certain ways, like musically, right? It's like I will always just imagine that instrument already is. It's almost like I was already playing it. Like, how I had did in the previous video. Like, how do you get the gold at the end of the rainbow is by basically knowing that you already have the gold in the first place. You know what I mean? So like when it comes to playing musical instruments and you want to be able to build up that confidence to be able to play it, it's like you gotta already know you have that skill. I know a lot of times, like it's suggested like in different videos, like musicians and stuff, they'll say like listen to a lot of music, like listen to music that you like, and you can kind of get different ideas from them. But I would encourage you to just like create music on the spot however it sounds and really listen to it and get to know it regardless of how it sounds or regardless of if you like it or not, regardless of if you thought it sounded different in your head or whatever the case may be. Just kind of when you do that, you kind of get to know your rhythms and your patterns better. Like you kind of see like what you would naturally do already. Like the first note you would actually play on a piano, something that you would just naturally play because that's who you are as you being an individual. You know what I mean? And it's like it's beyond like, oh, like if you play an instrument, you gotta learn your scales, your major scales, your minor scales, B flat, A flat, all these different scales or whatever. Like, if you do this, you gotta know at least this, and that's good. Like, to have a certain curriculum when it comes to like learning whatever it is that you're doing. But I would say when you first start, just so you can keep that enjoyment, so you can keep that spark, so you remember your original purpose, is to just play and have fun and don't think about how it sounds. Just because that's how you better get to know yourself. I feel like whenever you play a new instrument or you try to play a new instrument or you express yourself in different ways, like that, you just feel like, it's like you learn what you're capable of and you learn better like about yourself. And so I noticed that like, before I started actually playing the piano, I was already playing the piano in my head. You couldn't tell me I wasn't playing that, bitch. Like, walking to the bus stop, listening to music, like, just always moving my fingers, imagining, like, I always had a piano, And now, recently, I just been like, getting that open guitar, like, I got it. And that's, like, new, you feel me? Because, like, I like guitar, like, I listen to guitar, but, like, I don't, like with piano, right? I was supposed to have piano lessons when I was younger. I remember having a piano at the church, but I didn't play it, like, But I remember that early memory of when I was first introduced to it or whatever. But with guitar, it's different, like, you know? With guitar, it's like, my first introduction to those kind of instruments was like camp, you feel me? And we played the cello, and that's not even guitar, you know what I'm saying? Like we played the cello, the viola, however you say it, and the violin, right? And I remember we played and we'd be like, ants, digging in the ground. That was like the way you do it, like, and how you learn how to play music, like every good boy does fine. And then in between is like face and stuff, like that's how you kind of learn, that was like kind of the introduction. But when it comes to guitar, it's just like I just started moving my hands. I'm getting off my guitar. Yo, I swear it's something about like, I feel like you learn in like another superpower when you learn to play another instrument. You feel me? Especially when it's like it don't matter the like age. You feel me? Like you might think like you can only do these certain things when you're young. You feel me? Like, oh, learn a new language when you're young. You can learn a new instrument when you're young. That's when you're a sponge and you soak it all up. And that's when it's easy. That's when it's the easiest for you. That's when it's the easiest for you, I guess. And people play different music around you. That's what you're exposed to. Other people put you on when you're young. Like, you're not necessarily knowing how to go to the songs yet. I mean, you do eventually learn, I guess, but it's different if, like, it was no music, no technology, nothing. And then you was the one beating on the pots and pans and stuff. Like, it's like, I feel like we all naturally musicians. Like, I really do. Like, you know how people say, like, if you can talk, you can sing? Like, yo, I swear, like, I always loved to sing my whole life. Like, I feel like, when it comes to expressing myself, it's like, when it comes to art, painting, drawing, coloring, scribbling, You feel me? Like, whether it's on an iPad, a piece of paper, a cardboard motherfucking box, I fuck with all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, any campus, ground, sidewalk, building. I don't give a fuck. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and so when it comes to, like, dance, it's the same thing, low-key. Like, it's all in different ways. Like, I love to paint, I love to art, I love to draw, I love to dance, you feel me? I love to sing, you feel me? Yo, tell me why, yo. At my job, yo, one of these customers, right? She was like, she was just, yo, I was just like, you don't even know, yo. You don't even know, lady. But she was like, something, we started talking about college, basically. Like, people would ask me, like, oh, how you ended up here, or, like, what you doing here, or, like, am I from the States and stuff like. So sometimes I talk about college, you know, you just want to kind of have, like, conversation, whatever. So I was talking about college a little bit. And I was like, oh, yeah, I went to college. But I'm brushing it off, like, college ain't shit. You feel me? I made my own school, bitch. But, like, you know, just to have a conversation. So, you know, I'd be like, oh, yeah, college. Like, I went to college. And now I'm here, whatever, and stuff like that. She was like, it just seems like you would do so much more than be a waitress. Bitch, what the fuck are you talking about? You use everything in this life like a motherfucking bitch. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. You know what I mean? So it's like, I could be a motherfucking janitor. I could be a motherfucking cleaner lady, which I was. But it's like, it don't be about that. You feel me? It's like what I'm utilizing my money for. It's about what I'm spending my time on. It's about what I'm paying attention to. You feel me? And I don't allow myself to pay attention so much into, like, me having to portray and be this role, you know? Like, it's more so like, this is what I'm going to do so that I can get art supplies. You feel me? This is what I'm going to do so that I can get the equipment that I need to be able to do the things that I love to do. I'm not doing this just so I can give it and pour it all away, or, like, you know. And this is one thing too, I know this video's all over the place, but this is just my thoughts and expressions. Like, it's fucking Leo season, like, what the fuck. And I got Leo in the 12th house, like, yo, you can't expect me to talk about my dreams and imagination. Leo season, like, the Leo season is basically July, August. So basically, if I was younger, I would be just leaving camp, and I would be, like, home for a little bit before I went to school or whatever. Or depending on how young I was, I might have been home for like a week or whatever, preparing to go to school or something. Or if I was a little bit older, I might have didn't even come home yet from camp. But anyway, it's like this preparation period where it's just like, you had all this fun, and it's this summer, it's this camp. But you gotta think, like, it's like, I feel like when you older, it's like you can just create your own way of doing things. Like, you can create your own paradigm, you can create your own curriculum, you can create your own school, especially if you the one that know your interests. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember I was looking for a little minute for, like, some type of dance studio, yo. Like, I was looking for some type of dance studio out here, right? And I'm like, I really can't, like I kind of try to find, but it's not really, like I went to one place, it was, like, closed, it was, like, weird how the setup was. I looked at the schedule, like, you know, it was just, like, something that was just, like, I'm trying to find this place to express myself. I'm trying to find this thing, because that's what I'm used to, especially when I was younger, you know? Like, my mom had me in dance, my mom had me in karate, my mom had me in basketball, my mom had me in all these things, and now it's, like, if I enjoy doing it, I'm gonna do it, you feel me? And putting that more on a consistent basis right now is like what's important to me, you know, like doing those things that I enjoy doing, like, even more on a practical, like, level or whatever. But it's also the connecting part to that as well, you know. And shout out to Dave Beyond, you know, because he had just did a recent video where he was talking about a class that he's offering where he's going to be just, like, teaching different stuff, you know, all in the element of things like, you know, astrology, spirituality, like, all these different things, whatever, you know. And when it comes to art too, like, when it comes to how you organize in your art, you know, I feel like it's so many things I want to do, it's so many things I enjoy doing, and I feel like my ability to be able to put them all on a schedule and a routine and have this be, you know, is like the difficult part. But I feel like when you express yourself and you're able to connect with other people that's expressing themselves, and they have their mission going on, and you have your mission going on, and don't have nothing to do with the shadow government, you know, like, you create your own way of doing things, you feel me? It's like, when you connect with other individuals who's created their own way of doing things, it's like it teaches you, I feel like, better able to just shit, like, you know what I mean? So I feel like me just expressing and saying all this right now, like, I just, like, it's just so much of a combination of things. Like, when it comes to your dreams and imaginations, like 12th house, your 12th house, do you know what 12th house is about? 12th house is like after you done went through the whole thing of everything, now it's like you have the dreams and imaginations from all your experiences previously. Like, once you said I'm an individual, once you have shit and you know about the shit that you have and you come familiarized and privacy with the shit that you have, and you know what you have is like your gift, talents, and tricks, or whatever. You put that on the routine, you relate it, you feel me? You do some behind the scenes shit, you fucking travel with it, do some spirituality, broad philosophical points of views, blah blah blah. It becomes your status, you associate it, and then it's your dreams. Like, you feel me? Like, it's like you go throughout your whole day, and now it's time to go to sleep and go dream. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, so the 12th house birth Pisces, right? So Pisces is like let's say Pisces was your feet, right? And you in a soccer game, you in a football game, right? And you gotta kick the ball, you know what I mean? You gotta get it into the goal. First of all, before you even become a type of person that's into sports to have a game, to have a goal in the first place, you have to prepare. You feel me? Whether you had to prepare to do the little, what's that thing called? Where if you make it or you don't make it, when you do a sports and shit, whatever, like you could be in that stage, and then you at the point where you practicing every day with your team every day, and then you prepare and you in the actual game, you know what I'm saying, and then you in another game, you don't build the skill, whatever. But when you in the actual game, the point is to get it through the goal. But it's like you had to get to, now you a soccer player, football player. Then you join the team, do whatever. Then you practice, you build rapport. Then y'all learn how to work together as a team. But the point is you make it in the goal. So when you kick the ball, when you go into the goal, it's like all of that momentum that's going through your body for you to be able to kick the ball and make it into the goal was based off of all your previous preparation and your process, your progress of getting to that point. You know what I mean? Like, getting to the point of making a goal. It's like Pisces. You get what I'm saying? When you get to the moment of like, I'm an individual, like, whatever, blah blah blah, and let's say for you it's soccer, like I'm in high school, whatever school, now I want to join the soccer team, whatever, like now I'm gonna do soccer related shit, and I'm gonna go out for the team, I'm gonna go on the team, like now you on a soccer team, like, but you had to, like, you have to get in the mind of like, I'm on a soccer team. Then you on a soccer team, you gotta, then your schedule changes, your daily routine, your like whatever it is that you're doing throughout your day to day is now changing because you've become a part of this, thing that you connected with, that you had, like, thought about, imagined, it came into your mind, it became physical, and now you into the routine and pattern of that, right? So it's like, that's just like the whole thing 1 through 12. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like you get what I'm saying? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like the Pisces shit, like the 12th house, whatever. So I'm saying, like, Leo is expressing yourself in the area of life of your imagination and dreams. Like, I done went through all of this shit already. Like, I done went through all, like, you feel me? Like, I done went through, like, last season was my 11th house. The season before that was my 10th house. The season before that was my 9th house. The season before that was my 8th house. Like, I done went through the whole shit. Like, I remember whatever fucking season it was like the season where I had to do a lot of fucking walking and traveling and sweating and being outside and having, like, it was like Sagittarius times. Like, you feel me? Like, it was Sagittarian things going on, you know what I mean? Like, when this season, this is going on, you feel me? Like, the season that just passed, I was crying kind of a lot, you feel me, a little bit.